Right, so in today's video, we're going to be taking a trip over to Aussie TikTok, because this situation in particular is beyond baffling, right? And there's two main people you need to be aware of. The first one being Tasha Paige, a TikToker with about 300,000 followers. And the second TikToker is a TikToker called Veruca Salt. Yeah, Veruca Salt. Why did I struggle with that? But Veruca's a TikToker with 1.1 million followers, and what you need to know here is that these two people were friends. But it was clear to a lot of people that something along the way had happened, and they were no longer friends. And in fact, Tasha actually uploaded a video a couple of days ago talking about a former friend. Doesn't mention a name here, but what we'll later find out is that she is talking about Veruca.
Do you know what frustrates me for real is that there was this person that I was friends with because they asked to hang out with me and I knew they didn't have that many friends. So I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And like, also it's good to make new friends. Long story short, I become friends with this person. They then invite me to, a function. I go because I'm like, oh, they invited me. I want to go be a good person, so I go.
Okay, so the function that she was referring to here is Veruca's baby shower.
I spend all this money on gifts for the function. In question, give it to them, forget to buy a card, don't get any thank you. Never get any thank yous. They find out some bad news. I send them flowers, teddies, all this shit.
Okay, so this is the part where it starts getting very baffling for me, because the way she's kind of like talking about this is like, oh, no, it was this function, something bad happened. I tried being really nice, didn't get a thank you. She's complaining about not getting a thank you. It really doesn't make it seem as if the bad thing that happened is that bad, like the way she's talking about it. Now, unfortunately, what she's actually referring to here is that Veruca's baby passed away, which makes it even more baffling that she's complaining about not getting a thank you after getting some gifts.
It's just so funny because, bitch, I choose not to say anything. But it's just like, people stir shit, they stir the pot, and I'm like, stop stirring, because I'll make it boil, honestly. Like, just...
Like, can you imagine being that pissed off at someone because they didn't say thank you when they're going through something so unbelievably traumatic? Like, I can't even begin to imagine how they feel. So, the fact that she's so worried about this thank you, it is a little concerning, I can't lie. Now, obviously at this point, Veruca was pissed off, and she actually started posting stuff on her Instagram about Tasha. The first one being these text messages where Tasha had messaged Veruca saying, also, wanted to message and say I'm sorry for getting so drunk yesterday. I think the lack of food and shots, etc. knocked me on my ass. I'm sorry if it was inappropriate or insensitive anyway, as it wasn't my intention. It was a beautiful celebration for him, and I'm glad I got to be there for you. So what she was talking about here is getting too drunk at Veruca's child's funeral. Now, looking at these messages, it seems like Veruca just completely ignored this message at the time, but it has been seen as a message from today. It says on here, this is actually a couple of days ago at this point, where Veruca said, is there a reason you're posting a video on TikTok about me after completely ruining my son's funeral? Like, do you really want online beef when if I opened my mouth about everything you did and said at my baby's funeral, it would be over for you? Now, we are going to get to what was said. I'll play the audio of what was said, but it's in a video showing the funeral. I don't want to show a video of a funeral on this channel. It doesn't need to be on here, but we will hear what Tasha said a little bit later on. But first of all, Veruca ended up posting more stuff in a story like this one right here that shows a video Tasha uploaded on TikTok, and the caption that Veruca's put on it says, let's not forget she posted this and vlogged my son's funeral and posted it before I posted anything, which is beyond baffling. Just then put in quotation marks, I've been to funerals before, but never for a baby. Like you ticking off a bucket list or something. Maybe your next baby funeral, you can not wear a mini skirt and show the entire world your pink underwear, thanks. Now, unfortunately, Tasha really did upload a video vlogging at a baby's funeral, which again is so beyond baffling, especially considering when we see some messages later on, she clearly didn't ask permission to post this. And you remember a little while ago, we spoke about a situation where someone like vlogged a wedding without permission? This is so much worse. Now again, I'm not going to show anything of the funeral itself, but this is how the video starts.
Julio, I don't know how to say this shit. I don't actually drink tequila, but she's gonna need it.
So I was just talking about gifting this tequila to Veruca and saying she's going to need it.
I've been to funerals before, but never for a baby.
So that's what she's referring to in the Instagram.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I'm not going to show the rest of the video, but she does go on to vlog this funeral. She shows, like, the sign on the way in saying it's a celebration of life, has a picture of the child. She then shows a video of the funeral card, them letting go of balloons, to go into the sky. Like, The fact that she thought that this would be a good thing to post is beyond me. I don't get the thought process at all. But at this point, we still don't know what was said at the funeral that Veruca was kind of referring to. We will get to that later on. But first of all, Tasha actually uploaded quite a few videos talking about this situation. Now, Tasha starts off the video by saying that she should have never been at the funeral because she had previously had an abortion, and this is what she had to say.
And all of my friends told me I had just had an abortion. It was definitely not a good idea for me to be at one of those things. But I tried to put it aside because in my head I was like, well, no, like, be there for your friend, you know, it doesn't matter what you had to go through. So that's what I kind of put my mindset into. So I went to the funeral.
Now at this point she goes on to explain why she gifted tequila and says that she doesn't usually drink tequila, but she did on this day and got really drunk.
I went to the funeral. I had already sent her flowers and a teddy, and I had messaged her directly, which I'm sure she can show you the messages since she's already posted them. That I said to her, I was like, hey babe, like, what's your favorite drink? I'm gonna get you that instead of flowers, for one, that I've already sent that are gonna die. Two, already sent her a teddy. That was my thought process. I'm not saying that's how people think, but that was my own thought process. She told me her favorite type of tequila. I don't even drink tequila. I went out, I bought the tequila, and then that's what I rocked up to the funeral with. Although people suggest that tequila isn't a good thing to give to a grieving mother, for one, I didn't know that apparently she had substance abuse issues in the past, which everyone then came at me for. They're like, why would you give alcohol to someone that used to be an alcoholic? Bitch, I've only known this person for like 6 months. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? But anyway, I get to the funeral, I give her the gift that I bought, and then yeah, she's like, okay, well, should we do shots? Once I got to the funeral, there was already like 2 massive slushy machines filled with vodka to the brim.
Now, at this point in the video, Tasha goes on to say that she was told that social media is fine as long as nothing personal is shown. There's no proof of this, but this is what she's saying.
At the funeral, the mother of the child said that social media is okay. She wants her son to be remembered, but just not to include any personal things, obviously hers or the funeral companies, anything like that. But from the beginning of the funeral, she said, yep, I want my son to be remembered, you know, social media is okay.
I mean, like I said, I'm not sure if that is true, but surely if you are going to post like a video about it, it's like not even just like taking a picture while you're there with someone who is also there. Posting a full video about it, you should probably send it to the mother before posting it realistically.
When I made the TikTok about Cash's funeral and I showed the balloons releasing into the air and everything, and me talking about me buying a bottle of alcohol and stuff, I never realized that was going to hurt people's feelings or hurt hers particularly, but that's exactly why I reached out to her directly. And I sent her messages being accountable and apologizing and, yeah, realizing the mistake that I had done.
And yeah, like Tasha just said, clearly the video wasn't okay with the mother, which again, like, come on, if you're taking a video of something so sensitive, even if they're saying that social media is okay, if you're taking like a full video of it all, like, show them clearly. Now in a different video, Tasha went on to show some messages here. It's just this kind of one screenshot that says, "Here if you need be today, was beautiful way to remember Cash, and I'm honored I got to be there for you. I posted a TikTok of today just in honor of Cash, but if you feel like it's inappropriate in any way or don't want it online, please let me know so I can take it down. Mainly just showing the entry sign and balloons, but people are commenting, so just let me know and I can remove it if you find it disrespectful in any way." And clearly looking at these messages, it seemed like Veruca was like not replying. But this is the point where Veruca posted a video and showed the inappropriate stuff that Tasha was saying at this funeral. Now, this is a video of the actual funeral, which I just don't want to show. But throughout the video, she just put a bunch of text on screen. I'll read through that and kind of explain what's going on. So the video starts off and the text says, "After specifically being told not to speak, Tasha pipes up from the crowd when the funeral director is talking to me." And then in quotation marks it says, "We can speak, we can say something," and you can actually hear say that in the video.
We can speak. We can say something.
Yeah, I mean, that is a crazy thing to say when you've been told not to speak. Just kind of like demanding that we do speak. Now, the video carries on, and so does the text. It says, "Walking closer, take a moment." In the video, you can actually see Tasha kind of slowly moving away through the crowd, getting closer to where Veruca is standing in front of the crowd. The text carries on and says, "Getting closer to prepare for her moment she was asked not to do." And then it says, "Here's her full speech of random garbage. Everyone's tears immediately dried up." So Tasha then goes on to give this speech. She's clearly pretty drunk in the video. And the text carries on and says, "Someone else who literally watched me give birth starts talking to get her to stop talking." And I mean, yeah, looking at the crowd there, people clearly thought that this was awkward. Like, they wanted it to stop. And now it's at this point in the video where Tasha goes on to say what people are extremely pissed off about.
Tash is the most loved little baby that there will ever be by all the baddies of the fucking Gold Coast in Queensland. He is the most fucking baddie attention man that will ever be on the Gold Coast. May him live with like everlasting pussy and peace. He gonna grow up. He gonna grow up in heaven.
Okay, now in case you couldn't understand what she just said there, she said, may he live with like forever lasting pussy and peace. She said that. I mean, to say that's a disgusting thing to say in a situation like this is an understatement, a massive understatement. And the thing is, since this video's been posted, Tasha really hasn't responded. If anything, she just kind of made some like jokey video since.
To everyone that is saying I need to see a therapist, good news, I did today. I went to gym. I didn't train upper body, obviously. I only train lower body because of my boobs. But yeah, don't worry. I just went and pushed some metal instead, and that's the only therapy I need.
And then just an hour ago as I'm recording this video, Tasha has posted this video where it is Veruca, the child's dad, and like a friend, I believe, trying to guess the gender. And then the friend makes like a shitty dark joke, but I just don't understand why she's posted this and not address what she said.
I'm your mom, and I already know who you are because I peeked in the envelope. I'm your daddy, and I think that you're gonna be a boy.
I'm your me, Mom, and I think you're gonna be a children's school shooting little boy.
Yeah, I mean, clearly not a good joke, but again, why are you posting this as your response instead of like addressing what you said? I don't understand it. I mean, maybe by the time this video goes live, she might have addressed it, but the video was posted over a day ago at this point. She's made multiple videos since that video was posted, none of which are really addressing it, just kind of making some jokes about the whole situation. And yeah, it's not a good look to say the least. But either way, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video. And I'm going to leave it there. If you're new, subscribe, all that stuff. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.